Hi, everybody. I know that you can't make it to all the celebrations, so we are bringing the celebrations to you. We're so glad that you're joining us. This is a presentation of the Long Beach Community Foundation State of the Foundation, celebrating our 25th anniversary and honoring our founding CEO, Jim Worsham. And it's a very special celebration. We had it outdoors at MOLA, at the Museum of Latin American Art. And what was really special about it too was the fact that we had all of our founders, or many of them there rather, and it was a bit of a reunion. It was wonderful to see folks in person, after all this time, and especially having the people that founded this foundation coming together, along with our very, very special board members, chaired by Gary DeLong, and people in this community that care greatly about it, and also are philanthropic as well. So thank you to our board members. This is an article from the Business Journal that I keep posted up at my office. It's very special to me, and I hope it impacts you the same way it impacts me, to see how we've grown over the years, see our impact. We started with just $1,000, which was donated, that first donation by Jim Worsham, and we've grown to $60 million, and those monies are invested. Many of them are endowments, and they serve the needs of Long Beach. And really, that vision statement is to be around forever, or that word you hear us saying from time to time, in perpetuity. So we do serve the needs of Long Beach in perpetuity through our endowments. 2020 is a bit in the rearview mirror, and we're here to report some really great numbers for you. Total donations that came into the Community Foundation for a variety of reasons came in at just under $6 million. And the money going out, making an impact for charities helping people in the community, or scholarship students going to further their education, came as a new record for us, $5.3 million. That's a big impact that your Community Foundation is making, ending the year with 184 funds. One of those funds, which is especially important to us, was opened just 2 years ago to prepare for disasters and emergencies. It was activated within days of the stay-at-home order, totaling $1.34 million on the front lines given to charities helping people with basic and critical needs. There was a total of 986 donations, very caring people that poured in support. And then our staff here at the Community Foundation put out 124 grants in a very short amount of time to really emphasize and help what was going on. So 2020 ended with $60.53 million in assets, a variety of funds that we manage. And in 2021, where we are today, of those 184 funds that I mentioned that we administer and manage, 69 are funds that we manage for other charities. And here's who we welcomed last year and into this year, who trust the Community Foundation to manage and invest their funds, as well as help them out with a little bit of administration, planned giving, and other type of services. Our board directs funds each year, and these are some of the different types of funds that we give to Long Beach specifically. Those totaled over $100,000. And one that's very important to us that we do try to grow every year to create more impact for Long Beach is the Long Beach Community Impact Fund. And our board sits around every year and decides in close quarters, what are the most important issues in Long Beach that we can use our monies for to move the needle a little bit. And so for the past few years, it's been homelessness and housing, because that is the most pressing issue in Long Beach, but really focused on the needs of youth and youth at risk of becoming homeless in Long Beach. The charities that they chose this year are all Long Beach charities, and we're happy to provide a little short video here for you today to talk about it.
Hi everyone, I'm Elizabeth Draga, Executive Director of The Book Truck, a teen literacy nonprofit here in Long Beach. And I just want to say thank you to the Long Beach Community Foundation for grant funding we received from the Community Impact Fund. With this funding, we have been able to hand deliver lit boxes filled with diverse, high-interest books and literacy materials to homeless and housing insecure teens and transition-aged youth throughout Long Beach. Due to COVID, the learning loss among homeless youth has been profound, and because of your generosity, we have been able to combat learning loss and remove barriers to reading for homeless and housing insecure youth. We cannot thank you enough.
Don Rodriguez, CEO of Boys and Girls Club of Long Beach. On behalf of our board of directors, our staff, and most importantly, the children that we serve, I would like to thank the Long Beach Community Foundation for funding our daily homework help, tutoring, and individualized academic case management programs that are assisting in learning loss recovery due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Impact Grant is ensuring our most vulnerable Long Beach youth will be successful in this coming school year. Thank you.
Hello, we're part of the second generation youth program here at Interval House. My name is Lorena.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Brian.
I'm Lydia.
And I'm Thibault. On behalf of everyone at Interval House, we'd like to express our gratitude to the Long Beach Community Foundation.
The COVID-19 pandemic has impacted every member of our community, but for our youth, the impact can be devastating.
For over 40 years, Interval House has offered a unique peer-to-peer program developed by our youth who have themselves experienced domestic and teen dating violence.
Thanks to your support, youth in need are directly connected with crisis intervention, counseling, healthy relationship education, and much more.
Thank you for helping us to ensure meaningful access to safety and support for our most vulnerable youth.
It's okay, you can clap. We did a couple weeks ago. Aren't they wonderful? The charities that our board chose are really creating the greatest impact in Long Beach, and we're very proud of the work they do and thank them. So carrying on with the presentation, next I want to talk a little bit about the awards that we gave out for really special funds as well. This is Send a Kid to Camp, which we've had now for over 20 years. We gave out $100,000 to help youth support, get them up in the mountain, smelling the fresh air. And that fund and the Migrant Children Support Fund are things that came to the Community Foundation from people wanting to do a specific type of endeavor, specific type of support, and we're that trusted entity to make sure that the money goes from where donors, and in this case for the Migrant Children's Fund, 1,284 donations. That was a new record for us. We received that amount of donations in about 3 months, which is approximately the number of donations we receive in an entire year. So we were very busy here, and that we put those out in 13 very impactful grants for the children staying at the convention center. Scholarships is another type of fund that we offer, and we put out over $100,000 in scholarship awards to youth for furthering their education. And one of them is the Don Knabe Safe Surrender Scholarship Fund. And let's hear from one of our awardees.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I was one of the first students to receive a scholarship from the Safe Surrender Scholarship. I am currently a second-year student at Northeastern University in Boston, and I am studying behavioral neuroscience on the pre-med track. I understand that it is the Community Foundation's 25th anniversary, so I wanted to wish them a happy 25th anniversary and give them a special thank you, as well as Don Nabe, for helping me get through my first year of college and generally just giving people like me the same opportunities. So thank you. Happy anniversary.
Okay, so now that we've heard from our grantees, our scholarship, one of the scholarship awardees, what's next for the Community Foundation? Our board of directors have put us on the path for the next 3 years with some really next level type goals. So as you probably know, many of you, we manage a lot of funds for planned giving, and so work with estate planning attorneys and their clients to put a specific type of funds into a type of holding pattern that will be initiated once the trust takes off, and then the Community Foundation will give on behalf of the donors. We also have that Community Impact Fund that I mentioned, and it sits right now around $3 million. We want to bump that up to $5 million so that impact in Long Beach gets even larger. We work with a lot of professional advisors. I mentioned trust attorneys, also CPAs and tax professionals, financial advisors. And we do find that working with them strengthens their ability to serve their client, as well as our ability to help people with their philanthropic giving. We also have grown over the last 25 years. And with that comes a little bit of organizational development. We have now 5 staff here locally at the Community Foundation. And so we'll work on that a bit. And then, of course, remain focused on our mission. And it's really important that we constantly go back there and look at it, because we want to continue to be laser focused on our mission, which is to initiate positive change for Long Beach through charitable giving, stewardship, and strategic grant making. This is our team here. And we're absolutely delighted to have welcomed Isis Vargas and Deanna Bennett here just this year. And Tara Sievers is one of our longest standing employees, and Stacy Morrison has been with us for several years. And we're just so grateful to them. So thank you, Long Beach Community Foundation staff. Some know that we have over 100 employees in addition to this that helps us with our back office accounting and our investment management, and that's Greater Horizons, and it's the folks you see here as well as many others. And if we're a $60 million entity, they are a $5 billion charity, and so they really strengthen us here locally and give us that flexibility to be a very hands-on community foundation locally, but have that power of a larger team and larger resources in the background. So now it's time to honor Jim Worsham, and I'm really delighted to kind of take you through a trip down memory lane so that we can get to know him a little bit better. Jim Worsham was born in St. Louis, Missouri. His family moved to California on his 8th birthday. He cherishes the memories of his family's Spanish-style home on the bluff in Pacific Palisades. He was taken by California's beauty, and he fondly remembers the ocean view and the Santa Monica Mountains as he walked to school, dreaming about maybe running into Hopalong Cassidy. He thought to himself, "I've died and gone to heaven." His family moved to Long Beach in 1952 when Jim was still in elementary school, and he graduated from Woodrow Wilson High in 1960. One evening while attending Long Beach State College, Jim went cruising at Hodie's restaurant. He and his friend had secured a prime corner spot where they could see everybody driving by. While waiting for the car hop, a couple of girls pulled up to his friend's car, and that's where he met Patty. The very next day, Patty ditched school to go to the Riverside Road races with this fun new guy. Jim and Patty were married in 1964 and have been happily married for 57 years. The old Hodie's restaurant is gone, but they still share an interest in car events. They have 2 children, Tracy and Scott, and 5 grandchildren. Jim had several jobs during his formative years. As a teenager, he was a babysitter. He had several newspaper routes, including the Lakewood News-Times and the Long Beach Independent before it merged into the Press-Telegram. He mowed lawns. He worked as a busboy at D Piazza's. He delivered prescriptions for 3 different Long Beach pharmacies, was a laborer on a bridge construction crew, pumped gas when they were still called service stations, sat on stakeouts and followed people for a private detective, lettered signs on trucks and trailers, worked as a clerk and stock boy at Park Pharmacy. Well, Jim was an artist and had aspirations of earning a living from his art. He enrolled in sign painting classes at LA Trade Technical. He hadn't even finished the first semester when his instructor helped him land an apprenticeship at Pacific Outdoor Advertising Company. In a few short years, he was promoted to journeyman pictorial artist. But after 7 years of painting pictures on billboards, he decided to take business classes so he could get into management. This meant returning to college, first Long Beach City College, and then back to Long Beach State. After graduation, he interviewed with 10 accounting firms and got offers from 8 of them. He finally accepted a position with Arthur Young and Company, and within a few years was their highest paid new manager. Jim spent many years working the long hours demanded by the accounting profession and found that a great way to rebound from the annual busy season was to hop on a motorcycle. He was the treasurer of the local Harley-Davidson Hog chapter, and over the years has traveled many thousands of miles on his Harleys. Speaking of travel, Jim and Patty have kept busy traveling all 50 states and even more countries. But Jim still always found time to do what he loves. He held positions on many nonprofit boards. He taught a Bible study class for almost 20 years. In retirement, he has written a travel column for Gazette newspapers and started a walking club. He is currently the Director of Special Projects for the local Porsche Club and the President of the Club of Harps Harmonica Club. Now the Community Foundation. In 1995, while President of the Long Beach Estate Planning and Trust Council, Jim heard Jack Shakely, President of the California Community Foundation, speak. At that moment, the canvas was created and Long Beach was on its way to getting its own community foundation. His vision and his partnerships with people like Gene Bigsby Smith, Jim Ackerman, Kevin McGuan, Dan Ritter, the founders we highlighted here tonight, and many others made the formation of the Long Beach Community Foundation a reality. A foundation that since 1996 has granted over $26 million to charitable organizations. Jim's goal was to stay with the foundation until its assets reached $25 million. That happened in 2014, and today the foundation manages $65 million. Thank you, Jim, for your vision, for your dedication, and your leadership in creating such a positive impact on Long Beach. And that is the close of our presentation for you. We're so glad that you took time to look at this. Please enjoy some of the wonderful quotes that our founders gave us to really show their sentiment about our 25th anniversary. Happy anniversary, Long Beach Community Foundation. We'll see you soon.